Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. UV resin, new moulds, little tiny new moulds. I picked up a job lot of 25 because they were a good price. They were a better price getting 25 than there was buying like 3 or 4 of little tiny skull moulds. So we're going to give them a little tiny go and see once again if we can get them out. That's always the challenge when it comes to super dinky little moulds. Once again, I did know what size these were because it did say, and they are accurate, but it's still always surprised, well, me anyway, almost always surprised me just how dinky something is. So I'm going to keep 3. I'm going to pass on the rest. And I'm going to try things that I don't normally, or bits that I haven't tried yet from various kits. So I've got some holographic chunky glitter. So I'm going to fill one up and swirl the glitter in there. I'm going to perhaps do the others in layers. So this one I'm going to put like the little polymer clay slices of flour. And then this one I'm going to do in layers using some of these. So I haven't used any of them yet. Maybe like try and do a rainbow thing. And then pop them all out at once and see what we get. I'm still working on creating my own decompression chamber. I think that's what it is. From the advice that a subscriber put in. I'm also looking at buying one in the future. Just a dinky one. Which will also be a test to see if they're any good. It's around the £40 mark. Which seems to be... oh, it's definitely on the cheaper end of the scale. So that'll be for the future. In the meantime, I'm just going to persist with what I'm doing. Because we are getting better and better, especially with the hot air gun and not the lighter. The hot air gun, making it more fluid so it seeps in, really helps. So, let's scooch this all over for a moment. And we'll get that one started first. So, yeah, this one, well, it's quite small. I'll probably still do it in layers. I'll do them all in layers, actually, because although these aren't big moulds, it is going to work better that way. And that one's going to have the tiniest amount in. So let's... oh, this shows I think it was the green one that I opened at one point. I haven't even opened this one. Lots of red sparkle. So let's just put that in there. In fact, we'll get cocktail sticks out for this bit because we're going to be doing multiple stirrings. So that could be my red. Watch me get them all modelled up. That's going to be my red stirring. This one I'm just going to try and drop them in and push them down. I'll probably put one more in. We get one more in there. I don't know where... oh, there we go. I was going to say, I don't know where the hole is on that bag, but I know there is a hole in it. That's the second one. It's going to be the flower one. And this one, what should we start with? Something fine. We'll start with a little fine. Trope. Oh, that could have very nearly been a massive glitter catastrophe. Right. Stir that in there. Right. And that one's the third one. I am going to flash forward while I heat and cure these three. Layer one. Done. Done. And done. This one, I don't know how that's going to go from this point on. Because getting it to stick to the walls is going to be a little tricky. So we'll have to see. This one's going to be easy. This one's going to be easy. I'll put a little bit in here and decide how that's going to work. So easy one. Let's stick number one. Other easy one. Let's go for reds. Are these red stars? I think these are red stars. Let's try red stars. And that's the third stick. Now this one, do I try and get it to stay at an angle? Try and get these up the wall. We're going to try that. So we're going to flash forward because that's what I'm going to do. A lot of rinse and repeat and trying to do what I've just done. And hopefully they'll all stay where I put them. So fingers crossed. And it'll be a nice surprise as to what layers are going on in here that way as well. Okay. Reveal time. They're all done, all layered, all cured. So let's get them out. Let's see how they look. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. That's a pretty decent little mould. Look at that. That is a well sparkly red skull. And it feels, there's a little knobble there. Apart from that, oh, we've got a couple of little knobbles around the back here. And that's not the mould. The mould is nice and smooth. They're really good little moulds. Okay, so little red skull. Come out pretty good. Like I say, the moulds themselves are really good moulds for how cheap they were. Alright, the flower skull. Come out nice and clean. Check that out. Our flower power skull. It's come out pretty good. I can see there's some bubbles deep within, but there doesn't seem like there's any on the surface. Maybe a little bit, feels a little rough back there. But apart from that, it's pretty cool. A little something different. I'll have to work on doing this sort of thing, but getting it everywhere, because you can see where, you know, a little section, little section, little section, little section. I decided not to come in here because it's sunk in, like for the jawline. So they wouldn't have sat in there very well. Okay. Again, pretty cool. And what about our super duper rainbow layered one? How's this gonna look? Like it's got layers. Again, they've all come out absolutely fine. This one's got more bubbles down the back here. So it didn't heat up the resin enough on that one. And you can see its layers. It's like fairly well mixed up here as it's glitter, but then it was like thin layer, thin layer. There was, you can't really see it, white in between the red stars and the green stars, but it just looks slightly cloudy. Like there's something in there, but you can't quite tell what. And there's a little bit of pink in between the green and the orange, but again, you can see it more as a line. Face is looking interesting. Well, they're quite cool. Really, really, really good little moulds. I'm very impressed with the moulds. Fine tuning, and they sound so nice. Overall, a good turnout. I quite like my little skull collection. Definitely some fine tuning along the way. Overall, better results. Oh, these just sound... It's like when you've got a handful of dice. So yeah, I like how they've come out. I might come back to these particular guys in the future and like black in the sockets or something. See how that looks. Actually, we've got, it's not black, but it's dark. Let's go with a red one. See how it looks if we can get it just in. The sockets. Doesn't look too bad. You can't really see it much on that one because it's red. Well, you can on the camera. Let's try the super glittery one. That looks pretty cool. Let me get something super, super thin. Cocktail stick. Put them away thinking I was done with them. Let's see if I can get some in the nostrils. In the nostril cavity. Yeah, that's a good finishing touch. Let's try and get it in this one. It'll be a little harder to see. In fact, we need to get a bit more on the brush than that. That might be too much now. Let's find out. I think it'll be alright as long as it doesn't pour out when I sim up. Oh, let's do them all. Since we're here, let's... Oops. Bit much. Hey, there we go. Nice finishing touch. Alright, they're officially done. And I think that just gives them that little finish. I think in the future we'll have a little dabble with a wash, because I'm not going to get it between all the teeth, but a little wash and rub off. But that'll be for another day. Well, let me know what you think. What skull is your favourite? I'm sort of going towards... Oh, I don't know. I quite like the flower one just because it's a little bit different. But I do like how red the red one is. So I think it'll be a toss-up between them. And, you know, they're kind of like, when you create stuff, they kind of end up being like your children. It's just wrong to pick a favourite. But who's your favourite? Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's given you some ideas. Actually, this is well handy. Hey, that's better. Like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Thank you all again so much. Take care and see you in the next one.